The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Seize Your Business podcast. My name is Bryan McDonald from OnPurpos Growth, and today I have Nikoalus Kimli from Pipeliner CRM on, and we're going to be talking about sales, and he's going to give you a little bit of his background. So, Nicolas, thanks for coming on, and please give all of our viewers and listeners a little bit of background about who you are and what you're up to.
Yes, thank you. First of all, hello everyone. Originally I'm from Austria, Vienna, and so my crazy accent. Maybe you can see that. It's a little bit different than Arnold, the twice governor in Austria. He was in California, I think, 2 terms he was governor.
Mm-hmm.
But I think really well known he's for his Terminator speech, I will be back. Yeah. Well, he basically my family is really close, where he was born and raised. So interesting. Yes, so 7 years ago I came to the States legally, I have to say today, because I paid a lot of money to be here. To build the company, so that was our an endeavor, and we created right now really a CRM system for salespeople. And the problem with sales is that salespeople have not as much adopted the change that is happening as the buyer. The buyer has changed totally. Wow. The buyer is going through the internet and looking around, and he's totally informed. And so the seller is still a little bit behind that. And we realized that salespeople are really, most of salespeople are very much having not only not the right tools, but also from a mindset, most salespeople struggle. We always speak about the successful ones. They are earning a lot of money and they're in the president's club, but the majority of salespeople are more 70%. If we really take the whole amount of salespeople, are underperforming. Most of them are struggling. Some of them are not even close to reach sometimes their quota, and they go home and they're stressed and they are really burned out. And most salespeople would never believe that they have any value to society, or they're bringing a contribution to society, like a lawyer, like a judge, like a policeman, a firefighter, whatever you do. I realized that salespeople are not only well educated, even there's a lot of trainings out there, but they don't help them. And also they're appreciated. Most salespeople are pushed. Some people say, you see, if you would have, like I have, our 2 daughters, I have 3 children, and I have 2 older daughters, 28 and 26. And you see, when you have 2 daughters, and let's say there's 3 people coming to your home, and you would know, or maybe they are getting married or whatever, and one is a lawyer, one is let's say a doctor, and the other one is a sales manager. What you would tell your daughter, which person you should choose? Yeah, definitely not the sales manager.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Way. No way. Yeah. So here you see the reputation of salespeople is very bad. And I realized that. And so when I was studying more, I realized too that in the last 100 years, all movies, especially from Hollywood, as crazy as it sounds, have reflected salespeople in a negative image. We like the movies like Wall Street and everything, but what they are, like sharks, and are manipulating and pushing you over. And so none of that is true anymore. When you go to the literature today, and you go in a bookstore or whatever, you look on Amazon and you go and find sales literature for salespeople, what we're speaking today. We speak about emotional intelligence. We speak about our win-to-win. We speak about how salespeople can have empathy. We speak about how salespeople should listen and not talk too much. And so it's completely the different approach than the death of the salesperson from Arthur Miller. So the time has changed, but the salespeople still believe they have no contribution. Salespeople still believe they're pushed and they are left out, because you see, if I would go to a hospital and I have a little injury, and I would go to one of the doctors and say, hey, I have this problem here with my arm or whatever, and I need this operation, I definitely will pay you, but only if my arm works after that really good.
Yeah, right.
So what do you think what the doctor would tell me?
No way. Not going to do it.
You're not doing. So the point is, if you would say salespeople have lived mainly by commission, or there's a base salary, but there's a big portion by commission. So the risk factor is in a company is also a salesperson covering. And we don't value that enough. That was one of the things that I realized. So I created a term, and I was publishing a lot of that. I call salespeople salespreneurs. Salespeople are entrepreneurs in an enterprise. They are not taking the full risk like an entrepreneur, but they take partially a risk, the risk of commission. But when you would say, does a firefighter has a contribution to society? What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Has a nurse?
Yeah, absolutely.
A judge?
Yeah, and depends on which side you're on.
Military?
Oh, absolutely.
Police?
Yep.
Yeah. So has a salesperson a contribution to society?
The way our society views it, no.
Okay. So I realized that when you go back in history, the Austrian School of Economics, maybe some people know about Schumpeter and Hayek and Mises. Hayek was a Nobel Prize winner. They always said, so I'll give you an example. If I would try to sell you my car or my house, and we are negotiating, and then there starts a little fight, and I punch you in the face, do you think I have a good chance to sell you my car?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay, good. So when a sales act is happening, what is happening? It happens that on both sides, wealth is created because you get what you want and I get the money. And a good deal, a little bit, as I said, is always hurting a little bit on both sides, not one side, because then otherwise the seller is trying to get something or the buyer gets something, because he's angry that you are pushed him. So a good deal is always, and it hurts a little bit both sides, but it's creating wealth. And the magic thing on that is if I sell you my house or my car and you agree to that, it produces what? Because we make a handshake, or like in the Orient, where people were sitting in the bazaar, they're drinking maybe some, I know, a glass of wine, a schnapps, whatever, So it produces peace. And I say salespeople are wealth creator and peace producer. Do you think that would be a big impact in the society if people were more religious? You see, most salespeople don't understand that 1/3 of all the workforce in the world is in a sales-related job. So we expect from salespeople today that they are with empathy, with win-win, we're friendly and nice. So I always say, if you're the whole day having a good talk with salespeople and are with your customers and everything, and 8 hours, 10 hours, you're on the phone and you're nice and you are with empathy and you listen. Do you think really that the majority goes home and beats the wife? No, because you see, maybe there is some crazy maniac out there, 1 or 5, 10%, maybe even, but 90% will behave like what they have done the whole day.
Right.
I mean, they are contributing to society, not only wealth creating and peace, they go home and be better people. And that's what the society is. So I believe everybody is today so crazy about the world. Everybody's saying the world is extincting itself and we need this all our bullshit around us. I'm not saying that we don't need some more environment and getting better in that. But what we really need is that we all come together and realizing that the most underdeveloped, under-overseen, underappreciated, and underpaid workforce in the world. 1/3 of that, if they would realize that, you see, if you go to Harvard and everyone would say, who can save the world? Then we would say, yeah, the smart ones, the intelligent, the professors, the most, I would say, smartest people in the world. But I say exactly the opposite. I would say if salespeople, 1/3, only 10 or 20% of that, realizing what impact they have, they can change the world for good. Salespeople are the driving force. So that's the underneath concept of pipeliner. And I strongly believe that has a real rooted in some intelligent and making sense, because you see, if you really think that through, have every one of us daily buys things daily. Yeah, some of them surely automatic, but sometimes you buy things. Yeah, like a car, like whatever it is. And when you have a good interaction, what you do?
You talk about it.
You talk about it, and what you also do is you recommend others.
Yeah,
the whole society is going in recommendation. If you have a LinkedIn profile, and nobody would ever give you a real profile, a real recommendation, if you are not really performing and if you're not living that. Why someone would do that? So the first thing what I do is, when I look at some people, I look not on the profile, I look on the recommendation first. I look, who is recommend this person? Okay, and not 3 years ago. Yeah,
right.
So yeah, and not only 2. Yeah, and not in maybe your best buddy. Yeah,
and you paid him.
And you paid him. So recommendations. So let's say you are in the insurance business, or you're in the car business, whatever. When you make a good deal, what you do, you go home and say to your friend, hey, this guy was cool. I knew everything about the car and the insurance, but I came in and the guy was nice. He was there, he was doing, and we made a good deal. So you recommend him and you say, if you want this car, go to this guy because he will help you. And this is how it really goes back. And people forget everything in life, from the beginning of life, yeah, has started with trade.
With trade?
With trade, sure.
Yeah,
because you see, at the beginning, before the currency was there, you were trading maybe a cow against, or I don't know, or something, whatever you wanted.
For crops or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, but our trade was, and if someone was betraying you, well, there were starting fights and wars between the different groups, yeah? And trade is the same today, because why we have here the issues around the world. Well, you can think about the president, whatever you want.
Right.
I just say he has made one thing clear to every newspaper today. We have an issue with trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that is basically a great message for salespeople, because you see, when a country goes with another country in war, the first thing that they cut is the trade.
Yeah.
The trade agreement.
First thing.
So trade is everything, but salespeople don't believe that they have a real, understanding that they make a contribution. And so we at Pipeliner, we believe that we have a message that strengthens salespeople around the world. And not only from a mindset, this is why we created SalesPop. We have our magazine, an e-magazine, salespop.net.
Which is great, which is phenomenal.
Where we have hundreds of people that are giving interviews, and we have content, and I am writing too, and there's thousands. We have over 800 already contributors. Yeah.
Wow.
So we all see the movement is coming. But we have also created the best tool in the world for salespeople. And why I believe that in the digital world, without a CRM, you cannot live, because you see, where is your data, your company data, your contact data, what you do, your activities. That's the center in the future of every company in the world. Why? Because you need something in the digital world. And what we have created is very different than any other system. Why? Because we interviewed these salespeople. They are undervalued and underpaid and underappreciated. And so we said, what helps you? And 90% said, because salespeople are more visual people, we like something playful. And so we created the most visual CRM system in the world. That's our story. And right now we are growing. We're in 34 countries around the world, and it's amazing, and it's really rocking. And I think it will be better and better every day. But I think for me, the most important thing is I want to help salespeople to understand, and also sales manager to understand how important it is that first you believe in yourself that you can do something different. And the different is what? Because you see, if you don't believe in the company you work for, that this is a good company, and you don't believe that the product you sell is good, and if you don't believe in yourself that you can make a difference, then you go already very, very with a negative aura, I would say, in a sales. So I think the mainly starts with the mindset, and the technology helps you. But I strongly believe people, that means the human and the technology comes together. And if that is come together, it's a powerful thing.
Do you think that an ingredient to why salespeople kind of aren't really, passionate about what they do or liking the company they work for is because they really don't believe they can make an impact?
Yes, I would say first of all, the societies is first of all negative. And then not a lot, if you are getting hit 90 times a day with no, give away, it's not easy. You see, a pilot has no rejections.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, a doctor has no rejection. A lawyer has no rejection. Many people, most of the workforce in the world has no rejection. You see, you're not rejecting your bookkeeper. You're friendly to your bookkeeper.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. Probably overly friendly.
Yeah, and especially to your tax lawyers.
Yeah, exactly.
You're super friendly. Yeah? They're not getting any rejections. But a salesperson, namely, no, boom, leave me alone, whatever. So after a while, it's not easy to stay positive. So the question is for the salespeople, how you stay positive. And it is the same also for salespeople that are working maybe in a mall. You see, sometimes people coming in your shop and they're just cruising around. They don't want to buy anything. But you see, the question is how you stay positive when you are knowing you have to hit your numbers. That's not an easy thing. And this is why salespeople need much more attention, that they bring a contribution for us. We should value them. Why we value a firefighter? Because he's saving our houses when it's burning. Yeah. Why we are not value salespeople when they are creating a peaceful society?
I love that perspective because it's so true, right? It's so true about creating that peaceful society. And like you said, taking that positive mindset to it is important. Maybe last question as we wrap up here. What's something that you can communicate to sales managers because they're leading these salespeople? What can they do to help their salespeople?
I feel sales manager in itself is one of the toughest jobs in itself, because you have a group that you see. This is like, think about like you're a coach. Sales manager are coaches and mentors. Think about if you have a team or a football team and you're not in the team of the Patriots, or you're not leading them, you lead the losers, you lead the losers, and every game they lose. Wow, that is tough, because you see, first of all, you have to rotate the team, you have to flank some people out, and it's not easy. And then you constantly manage them. You have to manage them. You have to speak with them. You have to not overrule them. You have to find the technology. You have to speak with marketing. You have to report up and down. You have, my goodness, therefore, you need tools that are really taking you away the burden and helping you to minimize the time that you need for reporting and stuff like that. It should be all at your fingertips, because then you can speak more with the people. Because if you hide as a sales manager behind numbers, forget. A sales manager is really a coaching, a mentor job. And that is a tough thing to do. But nobody has asked you to be a sales manager. If you want to be that, then you must have the gifting for that.
Yeah, exactly. I love that perspective, because it is true that they are coaches, and that's the most important role that they play, and they do have a lot on their plates, right? So if they can focus on their people and do well at coaching them, then there's lots of possibilities from there. So.
Yes.
Well, Nicolas, I appreciate you being on the podcast. This is a great conversation. Why don't you share with everybody how they can find more information about you and your company?
Yeah, plus please go to 2 websites. Number one is our pipelinercrm.com, and the other one is salespop.net. And you get there for free. You can make a trial. You can have our thousands of really articles and books and our videos. And we want to encourage salespeople. We want to help them for free. We want to just really give them tools that they can use and tools they can immediately apply, because application is one, applying something in your daily life. This is the most thing. And if you want to check out our CRM, pipelinercrm.com. Thanks a lot.
Perfect. Well, everybody watching, if you do want to learn more about Nicolas and his company, we are going to be posting the link to the website and links to find SalesPop here. Please reach out to them for more information. And again, Nicolas, thanks for sharing your story and the impact that you're looking to make. It's very honorable, and it's a great message to hear. So thanks everybody for being on or watching this episode of Seize Your Business Podcast. My name is Bryan McDonald from OnPurpos Growth, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Bye.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.